President Bush tried to have no permanent political enemies. Even after he lost his re-election campaign, he became friends with the Democrat who defeated him. Former President Bill Clinton wrote in the Washington Post this weekend, "I cherished every opportunity I had to learn and laugh with him. I just loved him. He was in it for the right reasons. People always came before politics, patriotism before partisanship." Chief White House correspondent Major Garrett covered Congress during President Bush's term. Major, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's start with that 1990 budget deal, the breaking of the no new taxes pledge.
Yes.
Why is that such an important point?
Because it began a division within the Republican Party that created a harder approach to taxation led by Newt Gingrich. He did not support the president, though the president assumed he would in his minority position in the House Republicans. Bush loses in '92 because of the split in the party. Gingrich becomes the revolutionary leader in 1994, the first Republican majority in Congress in 40 years. And then you have the Tea Party, and then you have a bit of Donald Trump. I mean, all of this is part of a pattern. This split in the Republican Party, first really fought over that budget deal, is still with us today.
And there's a stylistic difference, too, because President Bush thought with this deal he was making a bipartisan arrangement of the
Correct.
old style.
And what did Newt Gingrich represent? He said to Republicans, we have lived with a minority mentality for 40 years. We always cut deals with Democrats. This deal epitomized what he thought was George H.W. Bush's central weakness. He always cut deals with Democrats. And Republicans, led by Gingrich, said those days have got to end. We have to establish what we're for and let Democrats deal with it.
We've spent a lot of time talking about his presidency in terms of foreign affairs,
yes.
Of course, reordering a global order. But domestically, it was so fascinating what was going on, as you point out, because you were there. A Democratic-controlled Congress. The legislation he passed, significant, and signed along with that Congress. The Americans with Disabilities Act.
Yes.
The Clean Air Act.
Yes.
All of that.
Reauthorization of the Civil Rights Act. One thing I'd like to make clear, bipartisanship is not easy. We kid ourselves with this gauzy sense that bipartisanship just naturally happens. It doesn't. First, you have to prioritize it. Then you have to work it. Right. Clean Air Act, classic example. Who was leading that committee? John Dingell. He had populated that committee with people who were opposed to the Clean Air Act, other Democrats. The Bush White House worked around them with Henry Waxman, the California Democrat. We have clean air and cleaner water now because of this bipartisan achievement. But it was by no means easy, and it takes a certain amount of political bravery to achieve it. And we all remember the wimp factor for George H.W. Bush. When it came to domestic politics and legislation, he was anything but a wimp.
That's right. The wimp factor, that Newsweek cover story,
yes.
questioning whether he was tough enough for the job. Major, thank you.
We need more of your brilliance, Major. Always love hearing from you.